Hello and welcome to 10 Days of Truth. Today is my final day of truths, and my truth today is that I am proud of myself. I have my book, Unfold Me, here. I picked them up today, so just one day before the book launch, I received the first physical copy, and it is beautiful, and I am so happy and impressed with it. So I'm proud of myself because I have come so far. You know, we always worry about what's ahead and how are we going to get to our next goal and are we going to accomplish all of our dreams. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to always be better, be perfect. And sometimes, you know, if you take time to sit and reflect and look at where you came from, and there's just so much gratitude there for me when I sit in that space, because I came from a past of abuse, drug addiction, really poor choices. At one point I was on social assistance and wasn't sure how I was ever going to get off of it, wasn't sure how I was going to be able to create a life for myself, a career for myself. And so that I have gotten to this point on my own, of course with lots of support, but that I had the vision and I pushed forward to get it done, even though I had no clue what I was doing. And I managed to publish this book, so I am very proud of myself. I thought that I would read you a little paragraph from the book today, and this is going to be from chapter number 3. And chapter 3 is called Addicted. So in this chapter, this part that I'm reading now, I'm 14 years old and I have just dropped out of high school. Colin introduced me to heroin. We partied on Molly and crystal meth all the time, and that shit got me wired. Jaw grinding, teeth clenching, paranoid about everything, and suspicious of everyone. That feeling of love, joy, and connection to my peeps was long gone. Doses doubled and tripled to find that feeling again, and I felt desperate to replicate it. When the drugs first kicked in, I got a glimpse of the elated feeling I longed for, and then the chase was on. After a few days and nights of this, we tried something else to help us come down and release us from the black hole we were stuck in. Colin called a friend from a payphone, and off we went to hook up with him. We met at a park in the early morning, and I took my first hit of the smoke streaming off of the tinfoil through a rolled up bill. A feeling of heaviness washed over me, and my mind slowed down. Complete sedation. It also came with huge waves of nausea, and I puked in public. I had no self-awareness, so that didn't bother me at all. The beautiful sun, people milling around, and all the other signs of life happening around us were too much to handle in that state. A Tai Chi class gathered on a grassy area 20 feet away from us, and what looked like 50 participants attending. The grass was a perfect shade of green, and everything was well manicured. A few homeless people took up space around the park, along with the odd dog walker and a few joggers. Life was in full throttle for them, and slowing right the fuck down for me. I wanted to be somewhere I could really disappear. The park in the bustle of the morning was just too alive. We headed back to this guy's apartment to continue our attempts at disappearing into a drug-induced stupor. We took the bus, and I slipped in and out of awareness. We arrived at his pad, unwelcoming, a real hole in the wall, and the filthiest place I've ever been in. Garbage sat in piles everywhere, dirty dishes covered the counters in heaps, and the smell of old urine permeated through what looked like an indoor garbage alley. I felt so uncomfortable. I barely knew my boyfriend, and this was my first time meeting his friend. We barely communicated with each other because we were so high and delirious. We did a few more hits, and I felt completely lost in a time warp. All of the windows were covered, and it was dark, making it impossible to know if it was night or day. So you can see that's a little bit of my past and where I came from. And I've had to overcome a lot of self-doubt and feelings of unworthiness to get to this place of self-love, to be able to accept myself after making some terrible life choices as a young adult. And so today I am feeling proud that I have accomplished this, and the book is now officially for sale online at dmaloney.com. I'll put the link in the comments, and also we are celebrating the book launch tomorrow night live here on Facebook, 7:30, and I will put the link to the event in the comments as well, and I hope that you will be able to join us there. Thank you so much for watching.